Vulcan Roars, written by Cindy Parnel. Slumped on my mother's couch, my senses were overwhelmed by the putrid stench of disaster. I was a dirty, wrung-out dishcloth and clenched my daughter with shaking arms. Sarah's arms were empty. Her beloved doll had been devoured by Vulcan, the god of fire. My husband departed to inspect the calamity. Continually, my mind lurched from unreality back to the event. I was in abysmal shock. Chaotic thoughts bashed around in my head but kept returning and fixating on the doll. It was non-existent, disintegrated. Nothing was left but fumes that clouded my mind, grit that invaded my mouth, and detestable fingers of destruction that assaulted me and burned into my psyche. It was Christmas morning, and my brain refused to focus. It was a day of mammoth misfortune, not a time of special celebration. A disaster of catastrophic measure had preceded it. I sat quietly, thoughtfully unpicking the stitches of my anxiety. Then the realization smashed me again, and hot rage and crushing sadness overcame me, and I began to sob. The night before had overflowed with excitement. Finally, my child had fallen into a sound and peaceful sleep in preparation for the joyful day to come. The light touch of eucalyptus oil from the leaves of our last-minute make-do tree lingered on my fingers as I stroked her soft, pale hair. Nestled in her arms was the baby doll that Grandma had gifted her. The doll had been kept in a cupboard for the last 3 decades, ready for a long-awaited child mother to love her. Dolly was lovingly kitted out in her knitted pale pink dress and bonnet and booties, just waiting for Sarah, the only girl in the last 2 generations. Now the doll was obliterated, just as our lives had been scorched and stymied. Instead of Santa sneaking down the chimney with bountiful gifts for my excited, expectant child, the red devil had roared in the roof to claim her most prized possession. Vulcan had cremated not just Sarah's dearest doll, but all our treasures, everything. He, the creator of sacrifices, the thief, offered up our house and possessions to other deities in the deep, dark depths of eternity. Fearfulness lurked within me after his attack, and his raucous roaring rebounded in my head. My instincts rejected the knowledge that our home was razed, but the ever-present odour of burnt offerings on my body and clothing was a profound reminder. Reality brutally stared me down. However, I must confront this tragedy and be pragmatic. It was essential that I farewelled this sorrowful season of grief. My friends and family would surely attend to our immediate needs, and Grandma could be relied upon to seek out another doll for Sarah. This loving support engaged my innate aptitude of motherly care and protection and forced me to face the future. I must be emphatic and focused for my family, be as resilient and as robust as a mountain ash. I am conscious of the spiritual strength rising up from my soul and feel the newness coming as I shed the cocoon of my hopelessness.